You talking about Johns? Yeah, they told me New York decided it wasn't a completion. And I struggled because it took them so long to get it correct that you'd think that they didn't emphatically know that it was an incompletion. And it did look like the left hand was under. I mean, when you get a chance to see the replay, that helps you. And I was looking up at it, and I saw, I did see John's right hand come up, but I saw his left hand under the ball. So that's what I was told, was that it was decided by New York that they felt it was incomplete.
And then the one to Devontae Smith on the fourth down where he dropped it, sidelines kind of looking desperate. Why did you not challenge?
Because I didn't see it on the screen. I was looking up the screen to see if there was something that could help me with it. And then I was waiting to hear somebody upstairs, did you see it or not? And we hadn't seen the replay yet. So we weren't sure. And so we just, and they did their hurry up, ran to the line and snapped the ball. I mean, you would almost think in that amount of time somebody else could have looked at it and might have saw it apparently. I mean, I still don't know whether it was or wasn't complete. It wasn't complete? Okay.
What are your emotions after you lost that?
Disappointed, more so than anything else. These guys came out and played hard. We gave ourselves opportunities, and we missed some opportunities, and we just got to go back and take a look at it and see why.
And what do you tell the locker room?
More so than anything else, guys, if you can do that for 4 quarters with an elite team in the NFL, you should be able to do it anytime you want. And so, our focus is we got 9 games left to play. We'll play them one at a time. We'll focus in on what's coming up next. I mean, there's no reason not to play any less than what we just did. We can play better too.
That said, obviously Tuesday is a big day. This game was possibly going to tilt you guys in one direction or another. What are you kind of thinking right now as you're?
That I'm not going to answer any questions on personnel. Okay, just so you understand that. I'll talk about the game we just played. I'll talk about the future game we're about to play, but I'm not going to talk about personnel.
Ryan, you just mentioned it, but what's the frustration level when you see your team? This is the 3rd straight time you played the Eagles pretty much straight out.
Yep.
And then you don't play this way against the Bears and the Giants.
Well, I'll be honest. The Bear game, that was a tough one because it was Thursday night. And I'd be honest, that's on me because I thought we would get past the loss. You know how tough of a one it was. I mean, it really is tough. And this one, I got to make sure we get back quicker and get ready for New England. And that's all I'll say on it. But that's the frustration, is when you play teams like that, you should play better. We really should, because it's in the locker room. There's enough potential in that locker room to be a better football team. And we've got to go out and we've got to start capitalizing on those things.
And what did you think of your substitutions on the offensive line and the offensive line in general?
Well, I think we only gave up 1 sack. Unfortunately, it was at a critical point, but, they battled their butts off. They did some great things. I thought getting the ball out of Sam's hand early set a good tone, a good tempo. I thought taking the shots were very well timed. The protections, we max protects a couple of times. It gave them a chance to push the ball downfield, and we were that close. I mean, we really were, and it's just unfortunate.
Forbes gets back into the game a couple times. He ends up matched up on Brown. It looked like they were looking for that. What's the balance of trusting the kid versus stepping back?
Well, that's part of the balance, and you watch the young man, try to compete and do the things that we're asking him to do, and he's going to get better. He's got the skill set, so we'll just continue to work with him, continue to, push him to help develop him and get him ready to play.
What was the thinking into putting him in that spot? You guys felt he was ready to get back out there?
Well, yes, he's had a couple of really good weeks of practice, a good work. It was a personnel grouping that we used where we knew we'd be able to give him some help, and that's credits to them.
Yeah, one more, if you don't mind, on the New York thing. The reason to challenge that, I guess, if New York weighs in, is there a thought that maybe that's a fruitless challenge because they've already made up their minds? So
well, that's a good question, but for me, looking at it, if it took that long to decide, they couldn't tell me then emphatically that it was incomplete, and that's what I thought the rule was supposed to raise to. If they call it a completion, right, and the other team challenges, now we try to see if you can see it emphatically. Well, if you take that long to make a decision, obviously you're not 100%, or at least that's my feeling on it.
It seemed like on some of their big plays today, your DBs, whether it was manual or otherwise, were in a good spot. How do you coach the finishing element?
Is to go up and through the arms. You try to get the hands off the ball. If you look at the guys that they went up against, it's probably one of the best in the league right now, and he's playing like one of the best in the league.
And then the one where you guys aren't there, there's the bust
That was a communications thing. We got to make sure it's communicated across the board. You know, sometimes when you get into a hurry-up mode, you've got to make sure it's clear and that everybody gets it.
Take 3 more. You guys often play Philly tough, another one of those today, but at some point, does that get even more frustrating that you know you're able to match up with them
Yep.
and not get over it?
Absolutely. And that's, you know, to David's question earlier, that's one of the tough things, tough pills to swallow, is that, you know, if you can play that way against the elite 3 times in a row, then let's do it all the time.
Take 2 more.
Coach Sam Howell's had a very up and down season, and specifically in the last handful of games, like good first half, not so good second half, next game, not so good first half, good second half. So it's not just defensive adjustments after halftime. How do you get a young quarterback to find that consistency?
Well, I think if you look at this game, there were some really good things in the first half. A little bit of slow start into the third quarter, but he came out of it and he was able to push the ball downfield. And especially when he got into the hurry-up situations, he really handled those things. I mean, this is all growth and development, and really there's moments that have to happen, have to occur, so you can develop and grow, not just as an individual, but as a team. I mean, you know, looking at the way this team is put together and where we are, you know, you hope that it's coming together, it's coming to fruition, and everything that, you know, we've been talking about since the spring, you know, committing to him and his growth and development is important, because I really do think that, you know, we've got something here with this guy.
Last one.
Kind of a big picture question here, basically kind of at the halfway point of the regular season. Where do you think this team is at right now? How do you kind of evaluate where it's at?
Well, I just know this. We got a game next week that I think we can go out and play well enough to win, and we'll see how we do. I'm only going to talk about one game at a time, Scott. I think that's the truth of the matter. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I always want to just make sure we're focusing on what's important. Right now, the most important thing to me is getting ready to play the next game.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right.
Protection a lot different today. What happened there that gave you that more time, and where the success was?
Yeah, I mean, I thought those guys up front did a really good job today, and I thought we did a good job. EB did a good job of mixing things up and, you know, getting some quick game called, and had a lot of screens called today as well. And I thought we did a lot of things to keep them off balance. And did a lot of good things, but, you know, we had an opportunity there in the fourth quarter to, you know, have a chance to go tie the game, and I got to be better. You know, I wasn't at my best when my best was needed, and it hurt the team today.
How disappointing that 2 games with this team to come up short again?
Yeah, very disappointing. You know, obviously both games against these guys, we felt like they were games that we could have won, and I think we're just right there. But at the end of the day, we let another one slip away from us, and we just got to come back and regroup, and stay positive, and just take it one game at a time, and move on to next week.
Sam, how important is it for the rest of the offense as well? You get some success early on some of the quick hitters into the screens, and you've taken a couple of shots. How important is it for the rest of the guys, not just you, to see the chains move and get the ball in the end zone?
Yeah, I mean, I think all we were doing was creating momentum, and I think when you have a bunch of different players getting involved in the game and you're moving the ball in different ways, I think it just creates, you know, more holes, more openings for the offense, and it just helps more guys get open and get more involved. And, you know, I thought we did a good job today. I thought EB called a great game and did a good job, put us in position to have a chance to win. We just got to find a way in the fourth quarter to finish the game and finish with a victory.
Did you get any explanation on the Jahan catch that was then turned into an incompletion?
No, honestly, I didn't even know kind of what was going on. You know, I thought when we got the first down, I didn't even know that it was any question that he caught it. You know, then the ref came up to me and said that, you know, they reviewed it and said it was incomplete. So it is what it is. But yeah, you know, tough break for us. But still had chances and still got to find a way to get it done.
Just before that, Terry dropped the 2 touchable balls. Is that something, do you talk to him about that? I mean, I know he's a veteran here, but like, do you guys have any discussion about that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just told him I got to give him a better chance. You know, the first one, you know, I was trying to stop him, but his job is to stay on the move. I was kind of more worried about the corner falling off of the outside route we had. So Terry did a good job, got open on both those routes. And I mean, people might say they were catchable, but at the end of the day, I got to make his job easier. And Terry's a great player, and I got to do my part.
And just generally over the last few weeks, you know, you guys have dealt with the losses, you know, with the stakes of trade deadline coming up and everything. What is, in your view, what has the mood been like generally in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fine. You know, I thought, you know, we had a really good week of practice, and the energy was good. And we just keep telling everybody, take it 1 week at a time. There's still a lot of football left, and you work all off season, and you're so excited to play games in the season. And then once you don't start the way you want to, people get down really fast, and they're already ready for the season to be over. And fortunately for us, we haven't had a lot of that. The guys are still excited about what's to come. Obviously, we've let a lot of games, get away from us that we could have won. But at the end of the day, we still have 9 more opportunities. And how we approach each and every one of those is up to us. And it's up to the leaders on the team to try to control the morale of the team. And I think we have such a mature team and great leaders on this football team. And I think the main thing is that we know how good we can be as a team. And so we have every single opportunity that we have from here on forward. We're going to put our best foot forward and try to win each game.
The Fox telecast said that you actually addressed the team this week. Why did you decide now was the right time?
Yeah, I just thought, after last week's game, it was a crucial point in our season. It was and it's up to us to dictate where we're going to go moving forward. And I just try to tell everybody that, we're right there, and everything we want to accomplish is still in front of us. We can still win enough games to make a run at the playoffs. We still have 9 games left, and a lot can happen in 9 games. So why can't we win 9 games in a row? And so just trying to tell people those things and try to keep people positive, because I believe in this team, and I believe in the men that we have in that room. I believe in the coaches that we have. We just got to be more consistent and find ways to win.
Statistically, you had some big accomplishments today. Personally, do you feel like you grew today?
Yeah, I don't really look at the numbers as much. I think I grew in a way of, getting to the checkdowns really fast and avoiding the sacks. I thought that was, obviously it's been a big emphasis for us every single week. And I thought I did a good job managing the game. Obviously, the two turnovers cost us late in the game, but until then, I thought I was doing a decent job. But yeah, just got to continue to find ways to finish better.
What do you think of the new O-line, and do you think kind of the performance against the Sacks is replicable?
Yeah, I thought those guys did a good job. Tyler and Chris came in and stepped up and played a good game. And I'm just proud of all those guys, all the guys who've played up front. All year long, they've given it their all, and I got to continue to get better and help them out. I thought I did a good job helping those guys out for the most part today, and they did their job. And all I can ask for them is to give it everything they got, and that's what we got today.
Sam, Jameson Crowder had to play a bigger role in the offense today due to Kurt Samuel on the lead. Can you just talk about his ability to come in there and your connection with him?
Yeah, JC, he's a heck of a player. Me and him are from the same hometown, so I've been a fan of his my whole entire life. So obviously it's super cool that we're on the same team and get the opportunity to play together. But yeah, he's a heck of a player. He's a vet, but he's still so good, man, and he's still crafty, and just the way he can get in and out of breaks. And we know anytime he's in the game, he's a guy we can trust. And so he did a heck of a job today. And obviously, feel for Curtis. Hope we can get him back out there soon.
And then a lot of young quarterbacks, pre-snap reads from the college game to the NFL game, obviously a little bit different, a little bit more detailed. Second time seeing the Eagles, did you feel more comfortable with your pre-snap reads this week than the last time you saw them?
Yeah, obviously, just when you get the chance to play against another team that you've played a few weeks ago, obviously having that one game under your belt helps, and you kind of know what they like to do. Then just obviously just going through that experience, and when we played them already, just helped us, as far as a preparation standpoint for the week, and we were able to look at the things that they were doing that was working against us, and try to think of ways that they might do things differently and stuff like that. But thought we had a good plan, executed the plan for most of the game. Just got to find a way to finish.
Take 3 more.
Sam, in a lot of points, this game felt like a very similar game to the last Eagles game. That last one was followed by the Bears loss. How do you guys make sure that the response to this loss is a different situation this coming week than that last time felt?
Yeah, obviously, it's every week is different, and we take it 1 week at a time, and we try to give everything we got. I hope, if anything, this game gives us more motivation, just because we know we're so close. That team went to the Super Bowl last year. And we've been in 2 games where we felt like we should have won the game. And I think that shows you how close we are. We just got to find a way to finish. And both those opportunities that we had against that good football team, we got to find ways to finish. And moving forward, we're going to take it 1 week at a time, and give every single team that we play everything they got. And if they want to beat us, they're going to have to earn it.
Take 2 more.
Just a quick follow-up for you. You talked about becoming a leader throughout the offseason, and obviously just talking about how you're speaking with the team this week. Do you feel like more of a veteran right now, just with the experience you've had this year? Like how much do you think you've matured in these last couple months?
Yeah, I think obviously, as a team, we've been through a lot, and there's been a lot of ups and downs, and I feel like in each and every one of those, I just try to learn from it, and try to continue to grow as a leader and lean on those around me. And I've got some really good coaching and help from other players on the team, and I think every week is a new opportunity to learn in every part of my game, and leadership is a part of that. And so I just got to continue to try and grow and try to help this team as much as I can.
Last one. Good.
Cool. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.